Hello folks, this is Kilobolt video game tutorial series number 2, episode 2. I am documenting some of the changes that I've added. I actually have added a lot of changes into the program to add more features into our perspective game. Some of these features are animation for the characters, enemies, and how to shoot bullets. So we're going to go through them just very briefly as we did before, just to show you a little bit of the changes that we have been implementing in this program and how is it getting to look after a few days of work. Okay, so as you can see, I have added a lot of code to my program. What have I done? Well, first thing was to create an enemy superclass that calls in an heliboy subclass. These heliboys are the enemies. As you can see, it's a fairly simple class. It only sets the position for the enemies, for the heliboys, as you will see shortly in the video. The enemy class is a bit more complex because the enemy superclass will have all the information that the heliboys, the enemies, will need to make the program know if they are dead or not. So we have max health, current health, power, speed X, speed center, speed Y. They were meant to move, they are meant to have health, and they are meant to take damage, but so far we haven't done that. We haven't implemented those features. Right now the heliboys are just standing there, as you will see shortly. In addition, we have a projectile class. This projectile class are the bullets, is what creates the bullets. These are very simple constructor, so you can see the only variables to create a bullet are its position and speed. Now the bullets, unlike the robot, will only have speed in X direction because they are only meant to move horizontally. But the real gist of it is how to use these to shoot. And that is in the robot class. In the robot class we created a method called shooting. Shoot. So we create an object called projectile P. This is a projectile object that has properties which are a position and speed. But the real character is that we created an array list. And why did we create an array list? Because we want to have several projectiles at once on the screen. So if you take a look here, projectiles. This is our array object that stores the projectile objects and allows us to have several projectile objects at the same time in our game. Here, this is creating several projectile objects at the same time within the game, right? And it's verifying whether the projectiles are visible or not. How does it do that? How does it does that? It goes to projectile, and as you can see, we have a boolean variable that if the projectile exceeds the frame, because remember we have a 800 pixels frame, then it becomes invisible. So starting class takes all the projectiles that we have and verifies if they are sealed, if they can be seen or not. If they are not, it just destroys it. Now how to create the projectiles? Here we added a new case. This case is for shooting. So whenever I press Ctrl, I execute the method shoot, and as you remember, the method shoot creates a projectile object and stores it in the projectile array. Simple as that. So let's look at how the game looks so far. Nice. Look, I'm shooting, jumping, but when I'm jump and I duck, I cannot shoot. You will notice that the Kilobolt, the heliboys, I'm sorry, are those little guys, these guys with the helicopter fan on top of their heads. Those are meant to be the enemies, but so far they don't do anything besides being there, looking stupid. Like, yeah, I can kill you. You may be wondering how I created that animation in the fans. And if you take a look, the robot is also blinking, right? Take a closer look. It's blinking. Well, that created quite a bit of trouble for me because it's a really complex class called animation in a different package. This is called a framework because it's a reusable code. So presumably, anytime we wanted to create an animation, we could go into here, take this code, and apply it to the animation that we want to create. It's basically taking a bunch of frames, still images, and repeating them in a loop, an array, in order to, create the effect of animation. This is a faster animation that I have for you to appreciate. Just changing some parameters in the code. I'm not going to go into much detail about this because I'm in fact still studying it. So if you have any comment on this, please let me know. But so far so good. Oh, you may notice that we are downloading Unity. We have Unity because, as my research goes, Unity is probably the strongest engine for indie developers. And so it would be nice to have this tool in our future projects. I mean, the end goal of this hobby is to master Unity. That's a pretty bold objective, but at least you can develop pretty cool projects with it. So in future videos we will be exploring how Unity works and what can we do with it. But so far and for now, we're going to stick with Eclipse doing these tutorials because these are the basics of game development, and you have to understand this in order to get to the more complex problems, and of course in order to understand what you're trying to do. Hopefully in the future you will see projects of my own design instead of copying and reading the code of someone else. But you gotta walk before you can run. Oh, no more heliboys. We're probably going to loop some heliboys so it shows as the robot goes forward, and we have an infinite supply of heliboys to shoot. Okay folks, that's it for now. Stay tuned, share, like, dislike, troll, comment, anything goes. See you in the next video. Bye.